Hello my friends and welcome back to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video. I am Punk Panther and today we are going to be going over a new base Goku tech that I believe I discovered. There's always a chance that some, random Japanese player beat me to this, but I'd like to think that I discovered it. Anyway, it's really cool. Base Goku can now SPARKLESS, no level 3 hand spirit bomb, solo spirit bomb. Now that sounds complicated, but basically Goku can do a level 3 spirit bomb with no prerequisites other than he needs 4 bars. Now, with that said, it is not easy. It will take some practice, and that is what this video is for, to help anybody out that has any questions and is looking to learn this. I will say it has become more consistent now that I've practiced it, but it is still not easy. I'm still not confident enough to really go into matches and just start throwing it out. It's not like the sparking version, which is super easy. This is a lot different. But anyhow, let's get right into it. I don't want to make this video too long and convoluted. I'll try to keep it simple, straightforward. Anyways, here we go. So first things first is your 3 starters to this combo are jumping heavy 2M 5M, 5LL 2M 5M, but it has to hit on the second hit auto combo. It can't be 5LL. The first hit has to whip. That way you can get the scaling, but also the hit stun is too much if you start from regular 5LL, I believe. I may be misremembering. It's been a while since I tried it. I don't know. You may want to give it a shot, but I believe you have to whiff that first hit in order to get the right amount of hit stun. And your third option is obviously 2M, just regular 2M, 5M. Oh, you can also do, there's a fourth way, 5LL, 5M. And that one you don't have to whiff the first hit. For the purposes of this video, we are just going to be practicing the 5LL, 2M, 5M version, because that is the easiest. It gives you the most height off the ground and has good scaling and everything. So this is the best version to practice, and then you could try the 2M 5M and heavy 2M 5M once you get more acquainted with it. So first things first, let me show you how this is done, and then I will kind of try to explain it step by step. So here we go. Alright, hopefully that hits. Looks good. And it does. That was actually first try, by the way. Not to brag, I'm actually just trying to say it's actually fairly consistent. So yeah. So you may have noticed there was a lot of delaying there. Yeah, and it is very, the timing is pretty strict. There is some leniency to it. You don't have to be perfect, but it is still pretty strict. So, so first things first. 5LL2M, the first thing you're going to notice is the SuperJump. So the first part of this combo is 5LL2M, SuperJump cancel, 5LL down heavy. So that SuperJump is just there to get a little bit extra height. I think it's possible without it, but then you have to delay everything a lot more, and that's more trouble than just doing the jump cancel, or the SuperJump cancel. So just do the SuperJump cancel. The next thing is super dash. So once you down heavy, not only are you going to want to delay until you actually super dash, but also you want to delay your hit after the super dash connects. Okay, so to show you a quick example of why that is, I'll use Yamcha. Yamcha has a sparking combo where he can do this. See how I whiffed? Notice how I whiffed because, I was a little off level from Goku. And then let's try delaying the super dash a bit and then trying it again. So you'll notice how it connects now. Now that works a little different from what we're doing, but that's just an example of what I mean by wait just a minute before you tap L after that super dash actually connects, and that will actually get you a little bit of height. The next important thing to note is you're gonna have to delay basically every button. So every 5LL you're gonna delay just a little bit. That will magnetize you, because jumping white lights in this game actually have a magnetism to them that kind of drag you towards the opponent. And when you delay it, it actually magnetizes you and actually gains you some height. So that's why we're delaying it, to gain that extra height to connect the Spirit Bomb. The other thing is, after you do the jumping white light down heavy after the super dash, a really important thing is you want to do a neutral jump. So a neutral jump is just a jump that goes straight up, and that gains a lot more height than doing like the normal jump cancel that usually looks like, that direction. Instead, you're jumping straight up to gain that little bit of height. And after the down heavy, delay your hit just a tad again, and that'll grant you even more magnetism off the down heavy. And again, you're going to do another 5LL down heavy, delaying each hit. And here's probably the trickiest part in my opinion. So gaining height's not really the problem. It's the Vanish into the shoulder bash, and then into the light down heavy. So the important thing to note about this part is, now you may be gaining enough height, and you're wondering why, it seems like I'm high enough, why isn't the Spirit Bomb connecting? It's most likely because you're mistiming the quarter circle forward L, or the shoulder bash. You may have noticed that you can now cancel out of vanishes with a special move or a super dash now. If you weren't aware, you can now do stuff like this, for example. So you can probably see the usefulness of that. And that is basically the crux of why this is possible now. So back to what I was saying is, so you're going to special cancel out of the Vanish, but you don't want to do it too quickly. If you do it too quickly, it's going to mess up the wall bounce and like shift the wall a little further away, which puts them too far away from you. But if you do it a little too slowly, you might lose some height. So that's where it gets tricky, is the timing of that quarter circle forward L. The way I try to aim is, you can actually input it during the freeze frame of the Vanish, but you don't want to input it that quickly. You want to wait till just after the freeze frame. So as soon as you see motion, or as soon as you come out of that freeze frame, you're going to do the quarter circle forward L. The reason why this is important is because not only if you do it too early, you'll mess up the wall bounce, but also if you do it even just the slightest bit too early, it'll actually shift you just like a hair's length out of the corner, and that'll mess up your Spirit Bomb. So you may even have the height, but because the quarter circle forward L is literally like a couple frames too fast or something, it may have shifted you too far out of the corner, and now your Spirit Bomb's not going to connect. So practicing that quarter circle forward L is going to be the most important. So let me run it down again and let you get another look at it so you can get a better sense of what I mean. Alright, that looks pretty good. I've actually gotten to the point where I can spot a good Spirit Bomb from a bad Spirit Bomb, because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference because of that quarter circle forward L I mentioned earlier, and being a little too far out of the corner. So I started from 2 and 5 in there just to show you guys it was possible, but you really want to focus on that beginning super jump, the super dash, the delays and everything. Basically, there's really no difference between the 2M 5M method and the 5LL method, other than you have to delay little bit more for the 2 and 5M, so it's a little more difficult, but both are pretty much the same. Alright, so from beginning to end, it's going to look like 5LL, 2 and 5M. Be sure to whiff that first hit. SuperJump, 5LL, down heavy, delay the super dash, again delay the hit after super dash connects, 5LL down heavy, delaying each hit along the way. Neutral jump, that's really important. You have to get every bit of height you can, so be sure to follow all of these steps. Neutral jump, 5LL down heavy, Vanish, quarter circle forward light, 5LL down heavy, spirit bomb. And that is basically just the general, notation for it. But yeah, you're going to be delaying pretty much every single hit after that first down heavy up until the quarter circle forward L. You're not going to delay the very last light down heavy into spirit bomb. That is the only part of the combo you're not going to delay. Technically, I wouldn't say you're delaying the quarter circle forward L. You just don't want to input it too quickly, or you'll mess up the wall bounce, like I said, or you'll be too far in the corner. So be sure, if you're getting enough height and you're wondering why it's not connecting, like I said, try to time it with as soon as that freeze frame ends, and that should guide you fairly well. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video here before it gets too long and complicated. I really hope I did an okay job at explaining this. This is new tech, so hopefully as it develops and more people pick it up, we can find an easier and better way to do this. But right now, I think, this is fairly consistent once you get it down, but I think it could use some tuning. Hopefully there is some room for improvement. But anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative. Like, subscribe, whatever, all the YouTube stuff. I don't really care, to be honest. I just enjoy making these videos. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Peace.